What is going on, people? Welcome back to Laced Up Boxing. How are you all doing? It's Saturday today, the night of the Anthony Joshua fight, and as I'm sure you're all aware, he was supposed to be facing Dillian Whyte, and he got caught doping. Apparently they found something in his blood or urine, I'm not too sure which one, that suggests he was on performance enhancing drugs, which is gutting to hear because Dillian Whyte's a dog. Like, he's been in this game for a long time, so you would wonder why he would all of a sudden just decide to start doping now. Maybe it was his age, he felt like he needed an extra boost. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping it's all a misunderstanding and he didn't actually feel the need to take performance enhancing drugs, but you never know. But now Anthony Joshua will be facing Robert Helenius, which props to this guy for getting in there on short notice against a very hungry Anthony Joshua. Obviously Anthony's out in the States with Derek James, over training with him, and he looks sharp at the moment. He's obviously been putting in the work, coming off the losses that he's come off. You can tell he's out for vengeance. Robert has shared the ring with some top heavyweight contenders, but every time he's come up short. He lost a decision with Dillian Whyte, and back in October you saw him get put to sleep by Deontay Wilder. So props to this guy for taking the fight on short notice, but I predict Anthony Joshua to make a statement with him. Also this evening you got Oscar Valdez fighting Emmanuel Navarrete for the WBO Super Featherweight Championship. This is obviously the belt that he lost against Shakur Stevenson before Shakur moved up a weight class and Emmanuel then took the belt. So it'll be interesting to see if Oscar can reclaim his title. It's an even match in my opinion. They both got one loss on their record. Emmanuel's coming back in 2012 and Oscar's obviously going to Shakur Stevenson, who's looking to be one of the pound for pound best in boxing. So yeah, it's going to be a good fight this evening between those two. And then in influencer boxing, well, not even boxing, bare knuckle boxing, you had Bryce Hall perform last night. So Bryce Hall had a bare knuckle boxing match against G Perez, who's a 3-0 bare knuckle boxer. And you got to take your hats off to Bryce. Like, after coming off a loss to Austin McBroom, to get in a bare knuckle ring with an undefeated fighter, yeah, you definitely got to take your hat off to him. I haven't watched the fight yet, so yeah, I'm gonna watch the fight and just give my reaction to it. So I believe this was at 168 pounds. G Perez. I must admit, I've not watched any bare knuckle boxing before this. I know that some former UFC guys fight in there. That guy who says, "I just want to bang, bro," from The Ultimate Fighter. I know he's doing well in bare knuckle, but yeah, never really watched it. I like how their ring is an actual circle. That seems to, yeah, that makes sense. It's an actual ring. Bryce Hall playing to the crowd. I wonder how nervous he was. He's got to be nervous going in there for his only his second fight, and it's bare knuckle. Okay, and it starts. Bryce coming out with his hands pretty low. Oh, clipped him with a left hook. Let me rewind that. Boom, right hand, left hook. Drops his opponent. Looks like a flash knockdown. Bryce is hyped. Let's see how Bryce does after this. Feinting, moving forward. Ooh, gets clipped there by a left hook as well. Bryce rushing in, getting caught. Matey Boy's holding his head down, uppercutting him. Oh! And he double legs his opponent to the ground, and it looks like he's complaining about his neck hurting. Bryce dancing, flowy. Oh, his opponent's calling him on to step in the middle of the ring. I should use his jab a bit more. Use your height. Oh, got clipped there a few times. Okay, so that was a pretty dramatic first round. Bryce got that initial knockdown, but it looked like he didn't really want to engage with his opponent after that. Every time he seemed to try and come into range, he just rushed it and got clipped. He should definitely use his jab a little bit more. Use it to set up his punches. Okay, round 2. Bryce loading up with that right hand. Circling on the outside. Trying to get his opponent to come to him. A lot of dirty boxing, punching in the clinch. Bryce's guard looking very open, his chin up in the air. He doesn't look amazing at closing the distance. Oh, and he gets caught with a big one there. I didn't see what punch that was. I saw his head snap back. Yeah, Bryce trying to stay on the outside, not looking to exchange. That was a hard round there for Bryce. His opponent's complaining about his arm. Bryce ate a couple of big shots then. Is this how the fight ends? Oh, so Bryce didn't even get the stoppage. His opponent couldn't continue because of his arm. I see. So Bryce obviously had that success in the first minute of the first round where he dropped his opponent. But I think from then, it didn't look like he did very well at all. I think his opponent was outscoring him, outpunching him, and controlling the fight whenever they got into exchanges. I didn't really see anything too impressive there from Bryce. I think he's definitely got to work on his defense and his coming into range and setting shots up. But you got to commend him for getting in there and doing it bare knuckle as well against an undefeated guy. I'd like to see him fight Deji next on the Prime card in October. I know he called up Deji afterwards and Deji's been saying his name. So I think that would definitely be a fun fight and an evenly matched fight. Definitely a good one for Deji. But yeah, hats off to Bryce, but there's definitely a few more things he could work on. Let me know who you would like to see Bryce fight next and your predictions for the Anthony Joshua fight tonight. By the time I upload this, it will only be a couple of hours away from the actual fight. I got Anthony Joshua by unanimous decision. Thanks for watching, people. Peace.